Hey everybody, so I'm back today with a baby update because I went to my first 3 appointments and I wanted to make sure that I got all my information before I came on here and told you guys baby update. And so as of right now, today, I am 14 weeks and 3 days pregnant, and supposedly my baby size is the size of a lemon. And if anybody is wondering, my due date is December 14th, 2020, which is really shocking to me because Christmas is, I like Halloween, don't get me wrong, Halloween is probably one of my favorite holidays, but Christmas has always been my favoriteest holiday, just for the simple fact because I feel like having a tree up with the lights, buying gifts for loved ones, and then when you know Christmas morning everybody's gonna be smiling, happy because they got their presents, and then you have that nice warm cooked Christmas meal. I think Christmas is totally more of my jam than Halloween. Like, don't get me wrong, I like Halloween. I can rock some shit out of Halloween, but Christmas is just more smoothing to me, and I like that. And then knowing the fact that I'm going to be giving birth in December makes it even more exciting, because now it's like I'm going to be making cookies with my kid. There's just going to be a lot of Christmas activities because Christmas is my jam. Yes, okay. Alright, so when I first went to the doctor, I was 12 weeks pregnant. That was my very first doctor's appointment, and that was June 1st. And I had so many questions. I had so many concerns. Was my baby developing? I even thought, like, was I even pregnant? Because I was like, I didn't have a lot of morning sickness, thank God. And it was just the smells, like, of how heightened my senses became. That's what was making me nauseous, is like smelling certain foods, smelling somebody's perfume, or if I didn't eat enough, then my stomach and my body would let me know. And it was just stuff like that. And then all I ever wanted to do, that's probably why I was not very active my first 3 months on any social medias, is because all I was doing was working, going to doctor's appointments, and sleeping. That was legit my life. I felt like I could not get enough sleep to save my life in the first trimester. And that's pretty much all I was doing, was sleeping, working, and going to doctor's appointments. So my very first appointment, all I pretty much did was go in. They made me pee, and they were pretty much just like, you're pregnant. And then they took me in for an ultrasound to confirm the pregnancy. And this is my first set of ultrasound photos. I hope you're not getting a glare. So the best one is this one. Like, I legit don't know what all these other ones are. Supposedly this one is my baby's head, and he's like floating sideways. And there he is again, floating sideways. And then this one was the picture of the ultrasound of the heartbeat, which was 165, was my very first heartbeat. And pretty much all that appointment was wanting to know, like, family history questions, and to confirm the pregnancy. And that was pretty much it for my very first visit. And I thought my very first visit was going to be long, because I thought they were going to do like a complete physical and all that. And she said no. And then she sent me home with some pamphlets to like get myself educated on like what type of medications I could take during pregnancy, Tums, stuff like that. So that was that. So that was my very first appointment. So I really didn't know anything, except for they did tell me that so far in my pregnancy, due to this ultrasound, everything had looked fine. But the only concern my doctor had at that time was because babies, I guess, can get extra skin that grows on the back of their neck, and they wanted to check for Down syndrome and any type of like deformities that they could see. So then the following Monday, I had to go back to a specialist. It was a high-risk OBGYN clinic, and I had to do another ultrasound because at that point they wanted to see exactly what was going on with the growth so far, because I was already, when I went to my first doctor's appointment, I was already 3 months pregnant. Like, bitch. I'm like, yes. So I was already 3 months pregnant. So they wanted to go ahead and do, like, to make sure, like, my baby was developing correctly so far from 0 to 12 weeks. And at this point, when I went back, I was 13 weeks and 0 days, because my weeks start on a Monday. And this one, I actually got some little bit better photos than these ones. I don't know what she was taking photos of, but this one you could actually tell that I had a baby in my stomach. So these are obviously the head, and then stuff like that. I do already have one picture frame that I like the most. So this one went really good as upon to the baby. The baby didn't have the extra skin growing on the back of its neck. I think I got a 1.6 out of a 3 for the neck growth. And everything looked, she said everything looked really good in my ultrasound. The development of my child looks really good at that point from 0 to 13 weeks. And she said that she wanted to do a follow-up in 5 weeks. And that day she actually sent me to the lab. I had to do another pee test. I had to get 7 tubes of blood drawn from me. And then the only other thing that she was concerned is I do have high blood pressure and diabetes run in my family. So her main concern is the high blood pressure. So she did put me on this right here, and this is the Bayer low dose 81 milligrams. So I do have to take this, and pretty much all this does is just thin my blood and make blood more easy and flow through my body much more. Well, then at that point I was nervous and I was scared that I had high blood pressure problems, because she was thinking that I had high blood pressure problems. That's why she made me do like a bunch of testing, and she sent me home. I had to do a 24-hour urine sample. That was embarrassing because I had to work the day before I had to go to my doctor's appointment, and so I was chugging around. I kept calling it my piss bucket because it was legit like a bucket this big that I had to pee and then dump my piss in, and I'm like, this is so embarrassing, but I had to do what I had to do for my health, my baby's health, and all that stuff. And when I came to the doctor's appointment last Monday, which was June 15th, they said that my blood work came back fine. There was nothing to worry about. Everything was looking good. They did do my baby's heartbeat, and it went down 2 points, or 2 beats per minute. So it was 165 and it was 162. So it went down 3 beats per minute. And she said it still looks fine. And so everything was looking fine health-wise for me and my baby so far. And then I had to do a pap smear, and then I had to get more blood drawn, and I had to do a glucose testing, because obviously if you're pregnant or if you know anything about pregnancy, you can develop diabetes. And I guess it's like they don't really want you to develop diabetes, which I can understand, because diabetes is like a disgusting disease. I wish it never like was invented, because it's like a slow killer. My mother has it, a lot of people in my family have it, and it's just like, you know, eventually diabetes is like, it slowly kills you. And that's what sucks about the whole disease, because it doesn't just affect you like within a week. It starts eating away at your organs. It's just a disgusting disease. If you know anything about diabetes, you know it's just disgusting. So then I was getting panicky because I was like, please, I hope I don't have diabetes. Please, I hope I don't have diabetes. And she told me right before I left, she goes, if I do not call you, your blood work and everything came back fine. Your 24-hour urine sample came back fine. So it has been, it's been 3 days since I've been to the doctor, and they get the results back within 24 hours. So I'm assuming everything is good. I have not heard from them, so I'm hoping everything is good on that end. And once I do go back July 13th, and that's when I'm going to get more ultrasounds, and I don't know what else they're going to do. I have 2 doctor's appointments that day, and I'm sure if they're going to say anything about my blood work or anything to that nature, they will say it then. But she said if they don't call me, then everything was okay. So I'm hoping everything went okay. So that is everything for my pregnancy update so far. July 13th, I will be finding out the sex of my child. We're totally hoping for a boy, because I don't know. I want a boy. I don't want a girl. Like, so many women want girls, because it's like, that's gonna be my little queen, my little mini me. And it's like, no, I want a boy. But yeah, I mean, I'll be happy with whatever develops in there, because it's just like, you can wish, like, there's probably so many people who wish they got a girl and ended up with a boy, or they wish they had a boy and ended up with a girl. So yeah, that is my pregnancy update, you guys. So I am 14 weeks and 5 days, I think. 14 weeks and 3 days. Getting way ahead of myself. So yeah, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big, huge thumbs up. And as always, I upload every 3 days due to working purposes. You're beautiful. Stay true to yourself. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise. And let me know how your pregnancy journey went. If you've been pregnant, or if you haven't been pregnant, or if you are pregnant, let me know down below how your pregnancy went. Did you have a good pregnancy, or did you have a bad pregnancy? And yeah, I'll see you very soon in my next video. See you guys.